I'm gonna start today's episode here, um, like that, so that you can see a more humane look, um, and also show you how I make these episodes. Here's another microphone I had because somebody who I will not name told me that he couldn't hear anything, and so I changed microphone, as you can see. Yeah, let's start this episode. Oh my God. I've got my tea, my brew. And I'm ready for today's episode of ITEAP. Is this even is ah, is this even a podcast? I don't know if this is a podcast. This is a podcast, but I sure know one thing. Um, I want to talk. I press record for a reason. Um, certain strings of events, of actions, of past actions, maybe have made me press record. And I have no topics except how good this tea is. This isn't even a tea. It's what we call in France a tisane. Don't really know why it's called a tisane. Maybe there's a type of flower. Must be a reason why we call it tisane, but this isn't a tea. So yeah, I told myself that I'm just gonna press record and make an effort, set an intention to ramble, talk, but in a concise way or in a way that's easier to understand. This past week, um, I've been meditating three times, 3 times a day, and I've tried to do different meditation each time, depending on the period. When I woke up from my slumber of sleep, I uh, I do a teacher meditation. Teacher meditation is when you meditate on your breath. You start by meditating on the breath to get your awareness going. And when you feel like it, you imagine a teacher, a peer, someone that's taught you something, someone you want to share a negative and a positive thing you did. And is a tradition, Tibetan tradition, which is called Jilupa, Jilukpa, which is future refuge. It means future refuge in Hindu, I guess. I heard about this meditation while doing a meditation online. There's this great There's this great guy on YouTube, which I've been followed for now 4 years. He did, I guess. He did this thing called a teacher training. I don't know what the name of the, um, the training was, but in this training, uh, this association called Free Jewels were organizing free meditation classes. And I saw on his Instagram story this guy called George Bulls, which you can see just here, as I consider one of three main teachers have taught me a lot about spiritual growth, meditation, love, fear, power of now, and so much more. And so I did this meditation online and I knew about this type of practice, but I never done it seriously. What I mean by serious is we did for 30 minutes this type of meditation. And I know there's this thing when I first start meditating a new practice with a new object of focus. First time is always very, very easy and very blissful as I experience something new. I guess my brain is can't put a judgment on it because there's nothing to compare. See, if I do it again, I have talk about it afterwards. The brain or the ego can judge. It can judge more easily because there's something to compare with. So we did this meditation and I really liked it. So I continued. I did it on my own. What I mean by on my own, without instructions. And first of all, I want to say it was very cool to meet people that I guess are in a meditative journey or in a spiritual journey. I'm only assuming that, but at least it was nice talking to the teacher that is who is a real uh r- a real um meditation teacher, which is so cool to say. Same time, strange to say as you don't really need to be a meditation teacher to have the name like or your job name, meditation teacher, to teach meditation, you know. It's just I think there's a lot in that teaching. So it was really cool to see all these people and I did it with my friend Tristan, great friend Tristan, and it was really funny because Jesus, we were the I think we were like three guys and 20 women. When I arrived on the Skype call, I was just like a, a white Malteser in the brown Maltesers meme. Like I popped out in my head, I guess I popped out, and it's a bummer that I didn't really hear. I didn't the people, the spirits that were in the class didn't really speak that much. As I the teacher asked, does anybody want to talk? And I was like, oh yeah, you know what? Let's speak. And so I did this meditation and I did talk about, I did come back to that experience because I really enjoyed the fact that knowing that other people on this journey, it's sometimes a very comforting feeling that is healthy for you. As you can say, oh, other people are having the more about the same problems. So it was cool, and it then motivated me, at least to have a burst of motivation to try and find in Paris um, meditation groups, and I haven't even done it. I'll do that afterwards. Mental note. And so I did it on my own, and it was pretty hard on my own, as I struggled to really visualize my teacher, visualize the teacher. And one thing I would like to say, if ever people are hearing this have been meditating and maybe they want to try a new type of meditation, and this meditation of imagining a teacher and then giving the teacher one good thing you did and one bad thing or something you deem unhealthy for you, you tell him. You don't speak, but just you like like Memento in X-Men, you just try and give your thoughts. And doing this meditation alone was harder as I had less instructions and the teacher was less there to help us. And the teacher had a really interesting thing to say when I asked her, is there an importance for whom we see, whom we imagine? Because I firstly imagined my future self, uh, something, my spirit, um, with my this body you see right here, but way older, and I saw this thing and just meditated with that thing and shared something I was proud of and shared something I was less proud of. But then the teacher said it does have its virtue to imagine somebody that isn't you. Imagine somebody that maybe does or not exist, but at least isn't attached to the ego. That made me imagine um somebody else. That wasn't me. And when I asked her why, said, because truly everybody's your teacher. Um, everything, everybody, everything you see can reflect the lesson. Everything you feel here can reflect the lesson. Like something that'll help you be more connected to the world around you and inside you. And so I've done for a week this type of meditation. Strangely enough, I found it very hard to find something that I'm less proud of. And that made me think, is it unhealthy or healthy to not have something you're not proud of? As I know, I've done some things in my today been counter to my intuition. That could be something I'm less proud of. But in those moments, it's hard for me to find those moments. So is it a healthy thing or is it an unhealthy thing? I say healthy thing, I that means that I don't put much pressure on myself and I don't really have a high standards or no, that's not that's not the right way. Um, maybe I don't as I see that as I experience my day, I know that everything, you know, good or bad will always get me somewhere, you know. The bad will get me to the good. And even saying good or bad, sure, I do believe in it, but not to the extent that everything is good and everything is bad by nature. More or less that some things can be deemed good and some things can be deemed bad. And you are the one that dictates if it's positive or negative. And as more positive things create an upward spiral, when you see things more positively. And so maybe in my life, in my day, maybe that as I fell on my bike 2 weeks ago, uh, because I don't know, I was checking something on my telephone. I could maybe say to my teacher, look what I did, but I don't deem that as negative. So that's my first meditation. And the second meditation, oh yeah, the first meditation starts when I wake up. And it's always the hardest because my mind, it's all the hardest or the easiest. Because all your mind can be like totally numb and you start the meditation and it's like giving, it's like having a numb brain and just giving them like something to watch. The brain is going to concentrate like his every single neuron on that object. So sometimes it's very easy to concentrate in the morning, but sometimes you can wake up and think about things and oh my God, being the you know ha just identify to everything and have a messy mind when I wake up and identify to everything. And that therefore when I start meditating, like and I get a little bit awareness, I see even more. I'm like, oh whoa, it's only 6 in the morning. Calm down, at least give me 1 hour, you know? Um, wow, it's only 6 o'clock. So the second meditation I do is after I've eaten. And basically, it isn't like the teacher meditation, it is a mantra meditation. As as I deem that that moment in time in the well, I don't want to define myself, you know, can change. But in the past, in the past, that 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock um, time period is always the time where I'm the most distracted. As I've just eaten, I'm in the digestion part where my mind is also like rumbling. Don't know why it's rumbling when I've eaten, but I guess it's the influx of all the nutriments, vitamins. and uh, and so I concentrate on a mantra. A friend of mine has a dad, and this this guy, well, I've got a book actually of this guy, Alikness. Um, he gave me a mantra that apparently for my age works very well with not my brain age. It's funny to say that my brain age, not me, my brain age. My body age is 18. Mm, the ego. My brain age is 18, and therefore the vibration of the word, the name in particular, makes me go in a certain flow and makes the brain go absolutely numb and just concentrates on that Emma and just it makes all your brain shut down. And it's for me, it's pretty hard to describe meditation experiences, but I'm trying my best to. Um, which is pretty great because at the end of the day, you're the one meditating, so everybody's got their unique experiences. So if you don't really understand, well, maybe try it yourself. Just look online mantras and pick one you like and just repeat it for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Keep your eyes closed, and every time you feel yourself go, you feel your mind just drift off. Note to yourself, oh, I'm getting distracted, or just a thought, just a note, and you come back to that mantra you keep repeating in your head. And I've had a hard time implementing it into my day as I felt ashamed to meditate at school because it does coincide with my day at school, as I did start doing this when it was the holidays, and so well, often enough, or I was with my friends, or I was just all by my own in my apartment or in my room, and so I just meditated. There was nothing that I had always a space to meditate. That's what I'm saying. And I did it, and I really enjoyed it. That really made me aware all day, and I think there's a crucial and an important thing in s scheduling your meditations. Often, meditation teachers always say, don't meditate when you feel sad. And it may seem very paradoxical, contrary. It seems weird to say that, as why do we meditate? To some to get enlightened, some to be less stressed. But even that meditation teachers wouldn't really. What I'm saying by that is just meditate to meditate and schedule your meditation so that even though you're maybe the most aware you've ever been, still meditate. Show up. Show up. Because that tells the brain that even when your mind's foggy, you have to show up. Showing up in a sense. Um, George Paulos talked about it in lots of his last episodes, and I always knew the idea of just, even though you don't really feel like it, remember that it's important to show up. But how he phrased it in the sense of showing up is always a sign of love and just hope, hope that, not a hope, but a manifestation of change. I always like that idea. And so I've tried meditating at school, and sometimes it's pretty easy, as I um, often 2 times in a week, I'm in the same classroom at lunch, from the start of lunch at the end of lunch. Before lunchtime, the hour before lunchtime, I'm in the same classroom as the one after. So I can just come back and sit in the classroom. And in my class, I don't really care if people see me meditating. You know, I, but it's been hard because I'm scared. There's some fear of just meditating, just in front of my class. There's some fear, but nothing wrong will happen. Nobody will kill me. And some may say that me meditating will maybe help others, maybe think. But I know that when I see people meditating, rare, very rare, very, 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 like real time. Whoa, I think I've never seen somebody meditate. Oh yeah, I did. But yeah, once. Good. Um, in real life, I've seen people meditate through my screen, but not in real life, not in the physical, my physical life. So I think I'm gonna set an intention to really meditate even when I'm at school. I know the first times are gonna be very hard. It's gonna be fear, and let's open to that fear. Let's let it come in, see it, approach it, feel every single bit of it, and we will see. Maybe it will disappear and love will come in. And lastly, at night, um, at around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, at least like, or just before when I go to sleep, or before I eat my dinner, I meditate on my breath. That's the one I've done the most. It's often called mindful meditation. It's the most common one where you just meditate on your breath. And when you feel like you're getting distracted by a thought or something else, you catch yourself and you come back to the breath. And why am I talking about all this? Well, these three meditations were important, but for me, in just life in general, I need to know why I do certain things. I mean, it's essential, as people may think that they say, oh, well, if you want to know everything, why you're doing everything, maybe that takes out the joy of certain moments. And I do agree, sometimes it does. It does when you're not in the present moment. It does when you're thinking about every action. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about habitual things that have been happening in your life, or routine in your routine. And with a pinch of awareness, you ask yourself, oh, why am I doing this? And I did ask myself that question when it came to meditating. I've been meditating now for, what's that? I think it's a 1 year mark. Don't know. They, yeah, it's been a year. Yeah, yeah. It's been a year, and I firstly started meditating because I was really very stressed about going to a certain class in my high school. So that was my first motivation, and my second one was just, wow, this shit is really cool. Then it was really connecting to the present moment, then connecting to the self, and now just see it as I saw it as a manifestation of my will to the universe to show my diligence to the universe, as I deem that meditating is concentrated on the quintessential, the most important thing, the now, the the that. And then I said, oh, I know how I see meditation now. Or maybe is it a good thing to say meditation? Just meditate to meditate, but to know why you do things, make it way easier every time. And there's an idea that isn't that familiar to me, and I know that in the future it'll be more familiar, is you don't meditate for yourself, you meditate for others, then yourself. As when you meditate, you become more peaceful, you become more calm, and therefore that helps maybe people around you. I know sometimes I've meditated in the morning, that made me happy. And when I've been in the subway, in the metro, in the tube, um, I just smile at people, and maybe that smile will have a butterfly effect. I'm not saying that I'm the priest. You should listen what I say. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that meditation meditation helps others and then helps yourself. And if you change your perspective on meditation and you say, oh, why do I meditate? I meditate to help others. You have to be aware of the fact that it will also help you. You you don't just meditate for others. You meditate also because it helps you. As you can go very quickly down the path of doing it only for other people and therefore only being at the demand of other people, which isn't isn't healthy for you and them. And why do I meditate now? I think I overcomplicated meditation. There's beautiful meditations you can do, beautiful ones. You know, well, that meditation I did in the class, it was like 30 minutes, and we did a breathing meditation, we did a visualization, we did two visualization. Visualizations are pretty cool when you meditate. I can't really describe it. You really have to do it to know what I'm saying. And I meditate to concentrate. My meditations are way more easier. You just concentrate on your breath. Every time you slip away, you come back to the breath. Just be aware of that slipping. Maybe is less joyful than what I thought thought meditation was. and it does. It's less joyful, but it's way more helpful than creates joy. And there's more joy because it's just you sync. You sync yourself. I meditate to sync myself with the present moment. So this episode, I wanted to talk about my free steps, my free meditation, and my new relationship to meditation. Um, I hope that you find something helpful. I know that talking about this, I really wanted to talk about this, so I'm happy I've done it. And please don't hesitate if you have anything to say in the chat below. Take your fingers and write. Thanks, everybody. See you till next time.